Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, the All Progressives Congress accuses the federal government of preparing to hand over a nation in crisis. President-elect Muhammadu Buhari says he will not appoint ministers who are nominees of serving governors. Fuel scarcity bites harder. Oil marketers refuse to lift fuel unless they're paid. And the United States government condemns Iraq for allowing the Islamic State militants overrun the city of Ramadi. She's been under pressure from the Governors Forum to explain how the federal government expended $20 million. Now, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is sending the heat back to them, as she says that the governors of the 32 states should tell the nation what they've done with the 2.92 trillion naira from the excess crude account given to them between 2011 and 2014. The figures show that they received 966.6 billion naira in 2011, 816.3 billion naira in 2012, 859.4 billion naira in 2013, and 282.8 billion naira in 2014. Akwa Ibom State got the highest with 265 billion naira, while River State collected 230.4 billion naira. Delta State got 216.7 billion naira, while Bayelsa State received 176.3 billion naira. Kano 106.5 billion naira, and Lagos 82.9 billion naira, among others. The states with the lowest allocations are Kwara with 52.8 billion naira, while Enugu with 51.6 billion naira, Gombe got 47.7 billion, Nasarawa 46.9 billion, Ekiti 46.8 billion, and Ebonyi, which is the least state, which is the state with the least allocation, receiving 44.3 billion naira. Onto a more pressing issue, Nigerians may face more hardship in the coming days as fuel marketers insist they will not lift petroleum products except the federal government pays them their balance. One of them, however, Capital Oil, is defying the directive. He pushes out 15 million litres, and if this goes on for the next 9 days, 135 million litres would be available for consumers. Meanwhile, the NNPC also has 36 million litres discharging currently. Our energy correspondent Olu Phillips reports on the fuel situation.
We are not causing any problem because we borrowed money from the banks. We must return this money to the banks.
With interest?
With interest if we delay in returning the money. So our request is, you give us an agreement, you pay us within 45 days. You've exceeded the 45 days. For every day in excess of the 45 days, we are charged interest. We need to pay back this money. In fact, if you pay within the 45 days, we won't talk about interest at all.
That soundbite is another sad reminder of an impending days ahead owing to insufficient supply of petrol. Simply put, no payment, no supply, which explains the position of marketers. The situation is excruciating and biting harder at every dawn. Everyone has a story connection to the situation. This is the scene across cities in Nigeria and Lagos, vacated street, I should say, or if you like, deserted roads, because motorists can simply find petrol to fire their vehicles. You can't even find petrol for your generators, so it's a lockdown situation. Nupeng has made it tougher. Pengasin has joined. The petroleum tanker drivers aren't even making it any easy, so it's a situation that is totally almost grinding to a collapse. If respite must come, it has to come very soon and quickly as we move into the transition week. Where the product is available, it comes at a premium. Businesses are beginning to feel the pinch. Flights are on hold. Households can pump water. The list just goes on and on. A clinical case of when two elephants fight. Both parties involved in the controversial import refund may be right in their stance. But this independent marketer wants strategic national interest to prevail. So he's opening his depot for petrol lifting to commence immediately. An estimated 400 trucks will be laden with product ready for discharge across the country.
It's worrisome because we have a very good stock of petroleum product in our facility. Most of the products also were brought in by PPMC and they have enough stock. And I don't understand why we shouldn't be loading the product out. This is our truck park. We have over 1,000 trailers here. And these are all drivers waiting to go to their respective filling stations and different states. I mean, it's hardship on Nigerians. And I don't think we should, at this point in time, be part of any, our organization should be part of any sabotage against the incoming government. And that's why we're here, to address the drivers and commence operation immediately.
Currently, 2 vessels carrying 30,000 metric tons of PMS is discharging and will be added to the NNPC stock.
I'm a tanker driver. This is my truck. We have been in this place for the past 3 weeks now. No loading. This is my truck here. Just because of the subsidy, we don't really know what is happening in the state.
Though this may appear a defiant move to the marketers' directive and associate bodies, it may just be the soothing balm every Nigerian needs now. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
The soon-to-be ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, has accused President Goodluck Jonathan of handing over a nation deep in crisis. The party says that the Jonathan administration continues to contrive more crises without making any efforts at solving any of them. The APC's National Publicity Secretary, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said in a statement, "Never in the history of our country has any government handed over to another a more distressed country. No electricity, no fuel, workers are on strike, billions are owed to state and federal workers, and the economy is virtually grounded." According to Alhaji Mohammed, the federal government is not interested in ending the fuel scarcity, which has crippled the nation's economic activities. He, however, appeals to Nigerians not to lose hope despite the daunting challenges, assuring that help is on the way. The President-elect Muhammadu Buhari has promised to handpick ministers in his government from the 6 geopolitical zones without consulting the governors, irrespective of their political party. This is a clear departure from the tradition attributed by the People's Democratic Party, where governors are asked to nominate ministerial appointees. The incoming president, who will be sworn in on Friday, also indicated he may not continue subsidy in the petroleum sector. The president-elect, who spoke in Abuja, also promised to tackle corruption and block loopholes in the oil sector as soon as possible. Nigerians have been asked to watch out for the first 100 days of the Buhari-Osinbajo governments at the All Progressives Congress Southeast Rally in Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. Leaders of the party promised to stabilize power and clear the country of its mountain of economic challenges.
Solidarity rally for the president-elect, comprising supporters drawn from Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, all converged on Abakaliki. Of this gathering at the new secretariat of the party is to rally support for the president-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari, since his emergence. Addressing the huge crowd, leader after leader gave assurance that his regime will be a different one.
By the grace of Almighty God, the APC government will perform. President Muhammadu Buhari will perform. He will work tirelessly with all of us to ensure that he solves the problems of Nigeria. The reason why we are calling to APC, we are seeing the light in which the youth of Ebonyi State will be empowered.
Before the general elections, the APC manifesto was pretty hard to sell in the Southeast because many of the Southeast states seemed to support the Goodluck Jonathan administration in his bid to return to the presidency. but it does appear now the people are beginning to have a change of heart.
We welcome our brothers and our sisters, especially in our zone, who are desirous of being part of change. We welcome them. We want to build a large, indivisible family, all aimed at providing good governance and encouraging our people.
I have seen that the movement is now a reality. You can see that the Southeast is now more APC than even those who began the APC. So in 2019, what you will see is that the Southeast will now be predominantly APC.
Reports are rife as more political parties declare their loyalty to the All Progressives Congress. In less than a week from now, the APC will become the ruling party in the country, and Nigerians are waiting to see how the party will translate its campaign promises into reality, with hopes that issues of petrol scarcity, electricity shortage, and health sector strikes will be sorted out speedily.
Former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo says Nigeria can be great again, and that Nigerians should expect change under the leadership of Muhammadu Buhari. He said this today while addressing women leaders from the southwest states of Ekiti, Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, and Lagos, who visited him at his hilltop home in Abeokuta. Chief Obasanjo asked Nigerians to continue to pray and support the administration in its task of rebuilding the nation's socio-economic and political life.
God has provided a new opportunity for Nigeria, a new opportunity for Nigerians. And I believe that God doesn't make a mistake. One of the good things about the incoming president is that it's not a greenhorn. It's not a novice. He's done it before. It might be under a different circumstance. And there are two things that I believe the incoming president himself appreciates. One, the expectation is very, very high. I believe he knows that. And I believe he shouldn't be frightened by it, because once you are honest with Nigerians will follow you. Don't be too clever with them. Don't deceive them. Don't cover up. Don't be an ostrich. Well, there will be people who you say are in government, but we all need to help them. Until they say, we know enough, we know too well, don't help us.
In part two, after the break, police give security tips on avoiding a kidnap. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.